What's up, guys? My name is Miles.
And my name is Fez.
And this is The Commodity. And today we are reacting to the Proton Satria Neo R3 Lotus Racing Edition. You guys have asked for it. We've been looking forever.
A lot.
But finally, someone had actually commented a video that we could react to. So
Woohoo!
We're excited about that. Also, we have now surpassed the 700 mark on subscribers.
Time out.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. But what we really want is for y'all to go ahead and for the people that haven't subscribed, because there's a lot of viewing and a little bit of subscribing when it comes down to the simple numbers. So if you haven't done it yet, go ahead and clicky down there on the subscribe button and ring-a-dingy, the little bell icon. And if you like this video, you're more than welcome to wait till the end, which we hope that you watch the entire video. Throw up that thumbs up button now.
If you don't like it, give us a thumbs down.
Be honest. We're here to try to make the best possible content for you. But for you to see how we improve, you got to subscribe and hit that bell icon.
Of course. And also, if you'd like, go down in the description. I will post a link to our Patreon. And if you'd like to subscribe to that, we'll be posting exclusive content, be able to communicate back and forth real time with you guys. So I will throw that in there as well. You ready?
Facts. Yes, I am very ready. I have been ready for this for a while because I've seen pictures. I've seen videos that are not in English, and I'm like, it'd be hard to react to something that's not in English and just look at, it's basically like looking at pictures.
And I'm sure some of you feel the same way.
So let's go ahead and dive right into this.
Recently, I was privileged enough to be invited to
And we
check
will
out
link
Proton's
this down
top-secret R3 facility.
in the comment
For those of
section.
you who don't
Or
know,
not the comment section, but
R3
the
is Proton's tuning
description.
division.
Thank
R3
you.
stands for Race Rally Research.
I love the
and it's headed
color.
by
So one of my favorite
Jan
colors
Lee, who
on
is
cars in general
Malaysia's
is British
#1
Racing Green.
drift racer.
And that Lotus
The reason why I
Green
was there was to check out
is basically a
brand new
British Racing
souped-up
Green.
car. It's a modified version of Proton's very popular Satria Neo hatchback.
Because I
R3,
believe
in
Lotus is
conjunction with
actually
Lotus,
English.
decided to do a special
could
edition.
be
So this is
wrong.
the Lotus Racing Satria Neo. So here's a little peek into Proton's R3 facility.
Look at that fiber weave. So sexy. Oh, and that's a pearly green.
Okay, I'm here at Proton R3 Tengku Jan at his top secret workshop, where now they're just about to put the finishing touches on this amazing Lotus Satria. I've seen plenty of photos of this car on the net, but seeing it in the flesh, it's incredible. Just look at that front bumper.
So he
I
actually
just
sounds
have-
like
I
he's
just have
got
to
an
ask,
American
how
accent.
did you come up with this concept to this car?
So this is a variation of our R3 body kit for the Neo. It's actually derived of our race
For
car.
2010, that's not a bad looking hatchback.
That's a great looking hatchback for 2010. That's a good looking hatchback for
Now,
today.
yeah.
Regulation. So we work very closely with our suppliers. One of them is a designer and he's really good.
Yeah, I dig that color.
He's really good. We work at this,
single
more or less
pipe
at the
in the
same
back?
wavelength. And what I do is I give him the concept. He comes up with a few drawings, and from there we
That
narrow
logo
it
looks so
down.
sick on it too. And it's got the
So, I mean,
carbon fiber
For
side
those who don't understand why this car
window
is
seals.
a lot more, priced a lot more than the regular car, can you just maybe explain it very briefly? I mean, I can see it. I know exactly why.
15,000.
Because I want those brakes for my car. And those, that thing there, I already know if I got it on my car, that would be like 20,000.
So, well, again, why is it?
Oh, it's a single lug nut in the center.
Limited to 25 units. So,
Holy cow.
based on production, that's very small volume. And,
Yeah, that's
we are lucky
expensive.
enough to actually get suppliers
Like even if you were to go with a Porsche, so we have two of our top people that work at our dealership that we sell cars at. Both of them drive 911 turbos. One of them has the traditional 5 or 6 lugs, and then the owner of the dealership, he actually has a single lug Porsche 911 turbo, and I think that option alone is like $10,000 American. So USD, however you want to say it. So I think it's an awesome upgrade. I've looked at them on things like Hondas and stuff, and they're insanely priced upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
All the components you have on this car were custom made for the Satria Neo.
Yeah, every component.
So that means you actually got AP Racing to make this brake kit especially for this car.
Especially for the car and mated perfectly with our standard brake booster. So you don't get over assistance. It's not something which is, you buy off the shelf, stick it on, and, in
Did they
most
say how many
cases,
pistons it has?
an overly assisted brake system. So
probably like
this provides the
5-piston,
balance
4-piston.
between brake feel and at the same time, of course, braking performance.
And Olin's also custom made this?
Yeah. Yes. So we
Wow.
actually ordered in about 30 sets, and we've got a few requests. Can I buy
Fully
Oli
adjustable.
sets? But every component which we have ordered is about 30 sets each, and we actually keep it.
I mean, to be
for the
fair,
car
Lotus
for
is putting their name on it,
and
so
any
they have to
problems
come
or accidents,
strong.
Yeah.
Then we have components to supply them.
So there's no way like a normal Satria owner can buy any of these parts. Not even the carbon fiber hood?
No.
But we'll probably see this in Sunway in about like 2 weeks.
Maybe not in the same quality, but yeah, you'll see.
Where did you get the carbon fiber work done?
Carbon fiber work done by a local supplier as well. We went through fitting tests and made sure that every single component would fit perfectly on
Yeah, because I see the fitting on that is perfect. It is OEM. In essence, it is OEM.
Correct. We brought it to Sepang as well for a test, and it's about 2 seconds slower than our old Satria R3, which was a 1.8, so it's actually a very good car.
What can I put a turbo in there, right?
We've been toying with the idea. The problem is...
really?
Yeah, we've been toying with it, trust me. But the problem is warranty.
Yeah,
But with a turbocharged engine, this is a big problem in Japan, where they sell turbocharged engines, and there's a lot of people who take it out to the local tuning shop, then they get it boosted up, then it, the engine fails, for example, they put back all the standard components, send it back for warranty. So that could be an issue on our side.
Well, that happens in Japan.
Sorry, we're not saying much. We're trying to listen to what he's saying.
It's a big problem in Japan. That's why the GTR, the new GTR came out with such sophisticated
There's a lot of
electronics.
background noise.
Just to try and deter, tuners from getting their hands dirty, but of course,
No,
they make
They look so good. I love that green. Like,
that really is an amazing car.
Yep.
So thank you for sharing that with us.
no problem.
It's a lot
Thank
of
you, Dan.
colors.
Prince of Drift.
yeah.
So what is built into the car is from the standard base car of 125 horsepower, 150 Newton meter torque. We have increased the
So, quick question for everybody out there: are they still making this car? If so, what does it look like now? Because this is what, 2010.
Yes.
So I would assume that they've changed the body style a little bit if they kept it. To be fair, cars like this in the U.S., they make them for a couple years, and they don't expect sales to be that great. So that's usually a limited run, and then they discontinue it. Kind of like there are certain cars that are like the Type R Honda Civic. They will be continued being made. The STI WRX Subaru. So there are certain cars. Do they still make this? I'm pretty sure they don't make the R3 Lotus edition anymore. And I know they said the race edition was definitely limited, and it's probably for just the racing team for that matter. But let me know down in the comments if they make the vehicle itself still, the Satria Neo, and I think they said that the R3 racing division is defunct.
Yeah.
No longer exists, but I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. All right, I'm wrong a lot. Trust me.
horsepower to 20 extra. You get 145 horsepower now and 168 Newton meter, 18 Newton meter additional. It's faster, and it's X-ray faster, and it also has a higher top end speed. We started it from the airbox itself. Even carbon fiber airbox, which is 2 volume meter larger, and a high flow Canon filter.
It's a beautiful presentation.
And as this
Yeah.
air intake takes place, it comes into the camshaft. Before it comes into the camshaft, the air intake, variable air intake passage, there's a two intake passage. There's a long passage and a short passage.
You can tell this is actually really old design, mainly being that the air intake is located behind the engine. Hondas used to do this. Just about every manufacturer used to do this. They'll put even the intake manifold in the back. And what part of that makes sense? The hot air going into the engine is flowing backwards. Now, I understand that there's a tube that's going up to the air box, but it still doesn't make sense. It's still going to absorb a lot of heat from the box, and you're superheating that air. And ideally, the air that is hot is actually, the molecules are spread out. When you get cold air, they condense, and then they can be pushed into a cylinder much better. So a lot of manufacturers have either put the intake, in fact, I want to say almost all of them have switched the exhaust manifold to the rear and to the intake manifold to the front, and they put the air box and the air intake tubing all off to the side, so it's trying to get as fresh air as possible. So has this car, if it's still being made, or even Protons, have they switched that up?
The short passage in the standard car will work only at 4,800 RPM. Now we have delayed that to 5,000 RPM.
Oh, okay.
Alright, that is by using a programmable ECU to delay that function. And when air goes into the combustion chamber to the intake camshaft, the high cam from the 250-degree angle, now it's 280. The low cam from 216, now it's 232.
So these cams are not the same as the ones in the
Not the same.
Okay.
These are all reprofile cams. And the cams in the standard car works at 4,400 RPM. We have brought that forward. Now, the cams work at 4,000 RPM. The variable intake manifold works at 5,500 RPM. On the exhaust cam, the profile of the standard car was only at 242. Now it's 258. So basically, you have a totally different breathing cycle engine with a new programmable ECU. To make the engine more lighter, what we have done is that we have incorporated two cam pulleys here, which is made of aluminum and is anodized in black in color.
Okay.
And the water pump pulley also is made of aluminum. We have increased the ratio of the water
I love how
pump
they
pulley
say
size,
aluminum.
reduced the crank
Aluminium.
engine pulley
Makes me
size.
feel like I'm in
What we have done
X-Men.
artificially is that we have gained more top end speed for the
Adamantium, you
Normally
ding dong.
people do when they buy the car and they want to tune it. You guys have done it for them.
Non-nerds.
Yes, we have done it for them.
You've done all the cams, all the lighting pulleys, bigger intake, new ECU, bigger brakes, better suspension.
Yeah, and to help further on the acceleration part, the standard gearbox has been stripped off from the car. Now you have 4.6 to 5 final drive. Larger final drive means more accurate to the acceleration of the car itself.
So now it does 250,
215.
215. Have you done that?
Yeah,
On which highway?
on the north-south highway.
Okay.
That's the wrong information.
Oh,
Cut. Cut.
okay.
Published speed is 202.
Published speed is 202, but you know it can do 215. Okay. I'll see you on the highway then. All right. Thanks.
I'm guessing this is kilometers, right?
It was launched and made.
So
25 cars.
to be fair, so that's about 150, 155 miles an hour. The average car that was kind of designed like this would probably get to about 130 miles an hour, maybe 120 to 130, and then they would be limited by the computer, the ECU limited. However, the motors might be able to get up to 145, 150. So really, 150, 155 is actually really good. But they did say that it was limited. So, but it's all about how fast you get there. That's the main question, you know.
They only made 25 of these.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
wow. So does anybody out there actually have one of these? I would be really interested because when we do get out there, we definitely would want to take a look at it if somebody has it.
Of course.
So,
I like it. I mean,
oh, yeah, of
I feel like
course.
that's my reaction to everything we've watched so far. But it's the truth. I mean, It's different.
And the good thing is, like, a lot of the newer hatchbacks or even the newer performance style vehicles, they just don't hold up to what the early 2000s, the early 2010s, and really the 90s had to offer. They were some of the most amazing cars.
Yeah.
So I grew up, I had 2 Honda CRXs. I've had a 280ZX, but all 3 of those are hatchbacks. I've had, the whole EF Hondas. I mean, like, a lot of the hatchback Hondas were the most sought after outside of the SIs here in the States because we couldn't get the Type Rs. So the hatchbacks hold a special place in my heart. So,
Well, like you said, guys, if y'all have one of these, if you're lucky enough to have one of these, if you know someone that has one of these, let us know down in the comments. We'd definitely be interested in at least seeing some personal pictures of the car and things like that. Again, the Patreon link is going to be in the description down below if y'all want to subscribe to that. So that's all I've got.
So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell button. Sorry I'm not as enthusiastic and excited as I was the last couple videos. It's just later in the day and I'm kind of tired.
It has snowed all day here.
Yeah, and living in Texas, it's not typical. We get snow maybe once every 5 or so years. So we've kind of enjoyed being lazy all day when we should have probably woken up and made the video or done something like towards the business, but we've been lazy all day because it's just, you want to just snuggle up and just relax.
We haven't snuggled up.
Well, we haven't snuggled. I've snuggled up with myself. I got in a blanket and started watching TV. So with that being said,
My name's Miles.
and my name is Fez.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Peace.
Out.